Okay, this is Module 2, Lesson 2.08. This is being recorded. We are going to get started on 2.8. Okay? We will talk about the collaboration at the end, so hold your collaboration questions till the end. And let's get started on 2.08. So pull up your pace chart and your lessons. So due Friday, you guys have 3 things due Friday for language arts, so please make sure that you're on pace. So 2.8 is your support your main ideas. It's assignment, 3 body paragraphs for your informational article. Start on your works cited page. Okay, on the pace chart, there's a works cited reference page. 2.09, include your introduction and body paragraphs and write the conclusion to your article. And 2.10, kick it up a notch. In one document, submit an original paragraph, a revised paragraph, and the reflection on the changes that you've made. So what you'll be doing for 2.10 is you pick one body paragraph to revise, and you include your original, the revised, and the reflection. Okay, so we are going to really focus on 2.08 today, those body paragraphs. And everyone put in the box, tell me what topic are you writing about for your essay? What's the topic that you are writing about for your essay? Good. Jellyfish, Komodo dragons, or vultures? Okay, so you picked one, jellyfish, Komodo dragons, or vultures, and you are writing on that. Now on 2.04, you filled out your graphic organizer. Okay, so you should have all your information and you did your introduction. So now what we're going to talk about today are our body paragraphs. So for 2.08, and you can follow along in the lesson, okay, for 2.08, you want to organize the body of a problem and solution informational text. You want to include precise language, use signal phrases and direct quotes to credit sources within an informational text. Employ transitions to connect ideas, sentences, and paragraphs in an informational text. Okay? So you're going to organize the body paragraphs. You're going to have precise language. And you're also going to make sure that you use direct quotes. So you have your research. Those articles were included for you. Okay? You want to have your research, use your direct quotes, and then, of course, your transitions. Transitions are the statements that connect the paragraphs. Okay? Remember, you guys, we need to stay focused. Okay? Rebecca and Alana, you guys, this is not a private text, so you need to stay on task in what we're doing, okay? All right, so let's look at 2.08 because we're here for 2.08. So what we are looking for is organization. So there's 3 paragraphs that you're going to write. So your 3 paragraphs, and I'm going to turn off the chat to make sure that everyone is paying attention. Because I know that there's some side conversations going on. It's really important that you stay focused, otherwise I'll have to remove people from the session. And I don't want to do that. That's not fun. I don't like to do that. I like you all to be here and paying attention, okay? It can be distracting for people who are really paying attention when there's side conversations or changing your photo next to your picture, okay? So please make sure that you're staying focused because we're all here to learn, okay? If you have different questions off topic, we can wait till the end when I'm done and I'll be more than happy to answer those for you. So for organization of your body paragraphs, the first body paragraph will define what the problem is and describe its causes. So whether you're doing vultures or Komodo dragons or jellyfish, that first body paragraph will tell what the problem is and describe its causes. The second body paragraph will discuss why it's a problem and who or what it affects. So your second body paragraph tells why it's a problem and who or what it affects. And then the third body paragraph will offer solutions that explain how the problem can be solved. So paragraph number 1 is defining. Paragraph Number 2 is discussing the problem and who or what it affects. And paragraph 3 is offering solutions. So even if you've done this before and say that you're already did the lesson, but you're here just to review, you want to go back to yours and make sure that those body paragraphs, first one defines, second one discusses, and the third one offers solutions. All right? And so let's look at the topic sentences. And I will turn back on the chat, but it's really important that we stay focused, okay? Because we don't want to take away from other people learning. So let's look at the topic sentence, because one of the important things that every body paragraph needs is a topic sentence. So let's look at this all together. Jarrell, you need to make sure that you're staying focused. An informational text contains the following thesis statement. The decline of killer whales poses a threat to all sea life, but can be addressed with stricter laws, education, and preservation. What choice would make the best topic sentence for the first paragraph of the body? Okay. So this is your thesis statement. The decline of killer whales poses a threat to all sea life, but can be addressed with stricter laws, education, and preservation. So which choice would make the best topic sentence for the first paragraph? So let's say that this is 1, 2, and 3. Which one would make the best? And remember, there's 15 of us in here, so everyone needs to participate. Okay, you're right. The number of killer whales being destroyed has increased over the last decade. Correct. That would be the best informational text. Good job. And I do still see some side conversations that are going on. So if it continues to happen, I will remove the people who are having side conversations. This is the last warning. Okay, because you're taking away from my other students that are here to learn, and that's what live lessons are, not what live lessons are about. So this is the final warning. Okay, so it would be number 3. The problem plus who it affects, right? Yes, Rebecca, if you're looking at that for the topic sentence. Good question. And then the other thing that you want to use is precise language. So precise language is language that goes back to your topic. So which of the following choices best uses precise language to convey its message? Number 1, orcas travel in small groups called pods. They can be seen breaching, often lifting their entire bodies out of the water. Killer whales travel in groups. They can be seen jumping out of the water. Pods of orcas often breach. Which one of those uses precise language that's specific to the topic? Correct, number 1. Awesome, good job, guys. All right, so let's look at what to include in the body. Breach means when they go out of the water. All right, so what to include in the body? So we've talked about having a main idea, and we've talked about that you need to have 3 different body paragraphs. So what goes in those specific body paragraphs? As your body paragraph evolve, there are several things you should include. They will make your writing easier to read and more convincing. You want to include signal phrases to credit your sources. Signal phrases reveal the origin of ideas that are not your own. Select this link to review the signal phrases verbs document. This is in the lesson. I suggest that you go look at it in the lesson. But an example of those signal phrases would be according to or as stated in the lesson. Okay. Include at least one direct quote from an article or expert. Use quotation marks to indicate the exact words you have borrowed. Right? So you should have at least one direct quote in your paragraph. And include transitions to build connections. Place them between your ideas, your sentences, or your paragraph. Select this link to review the transition reference sheet. So as you go through the lesson and you read it on your own, you'll want to pay special attention to this because it's really important that you include all of these in your body paragraphs, okay? Super important things to do. So let's look at this example. The introduction for this informational article contains the following thesis statement. The growing number of bed bug infestations present many problems for the human population, but there are proven solutions. Bed bug populations are increasing everywhere. News stories from around the world tell stories about the invasion. In the United States, the issue is just as urgent. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, public health agencies across the country have been overwhelmed by complaints about bed bugs. Sarah Kugler-Fraser of the Associated Press presents several expert theories about why it is happening. In the first place, people are traveling more and transporting bed bugs from place to place. Another key factor is that many experts were caught by surprise. Because of advances in insect repellents, bed bug infestations mostly vanished in the 1940s. Modern-day exterminators were not prepared for their return. Bed bugs have also become immune to many pesticides. This makes them much harder to kill once they have been discovered. Clearly, bed bug infestations are a serious issue that show no signs of slowing. Right? So this is what your essay should look like. Okay? So this is what your body paragraphs should look like. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk about the different sessions, the different sections in here. Okay, so you see that we start with your transitions. Bed bug populations are increasing everywhere. What are the transitions that are in there? That is a great paragraph, isn't it? This is what yours should look like. So if you feel comfortable and feel like this is what your paragraph should look like, give me a thumbs up. If you're going, oh my goodness, this looks really confusing, I need to do a lot of work, that's okay too. Maya, I'm glad that you're okay. Alright, so your essays should all look like this. Your paragraph should look like this. You can see that what they do is they make sure that you use your direct quotes. Okay, in the blue here, this is all your direct quotes. According to, there's your signal phrases. You've got your transitions there. This is what yours should look like. Okay, I am removing people from the session because they are not saying appropriate, which makes me sad. Okay, so questions on this? Yes, question, Alana. In the first place would be a transition from one sentence to another. Okay, while you're typing it, we're going to move on. And here's another example. So I'm not going to read this to you guys for the sake of time, but I want you to see that this is not a short, quickly paragraph. This is a paragraph that they have taken time and they have looked at their notes and taken the time to really do a nice paragraph. Okay? The increase in bed bugs affects humans in several negative ways. They're going back to the thesis statement and then they're expanding on it. Maya, do you have a question, kiddo? You can put it in the chat box. No, this is an example that's in the lesson. Yes, Alana, those are good questions. You should always have a main idea topic sentence, and then you put your quote. So topic sentence and then quotes. The quotes should normally be in the middle, and it should only be a small part of your paragraph. The majority of the paragraph should be your own words. So if you look back at this one, you can see that that paragraph is just this blue part, and then the rest of it is your own words about the topic. That's a good question. Okay, and then here is another sample paragraph. Okay, you can see the for example, the recommends, those are your signal phrases. Okay, so I want you guys, your paragraph should look like this. Thumbs up if you're good with that. Yes, Maya, but try to do it on your own first and then you can give me a call, okay? And I want you to go through the lesson and read the lesson first, because this is a sample that you can use. You can use this as a model. I know it's not the same topic that you're doing, but you can use it as a model of what your essays should be like. Awesome. So your problem and solution informational text body paragraphs, this is what it should look like. And remember, you guys, this is just a brief review of what your paper should be about and what your body paragraph should be. So I still want you to read through the lesson, because 2.08 is a big deal. 3 body paragraphs, it's the major part of your essay. You should be spending additional time on language arts this week. So the problem and solution informational text body paragraphs. Body paragraph 1, define what the problem is and describes its causes. Body paragraph 2 discusses why it is a problem and who or what it affects. Body paragraph 3 offers solutions that explain how the problem can be solved. And you want to remember in each paragraph to put a transition, your signal phrases to identify the sources, and precise language. What do I mean when I say signal phrases to identify sources? What does that mean? Okay. What do I mean by saying signal phrases to identify sources? Okay, go ahead and put it in the chat box. Okay, yes, you're writing all your body paragraphs, and that's what we've been over in the beginning. That's why we need to pay attention, okay, guys? And yes, Nicole, that's a good question. The body paragraphs should go on the same page as your introduction, so it should be one document that you keep turning in that has all the information on it, because you want to make sure you have your introduction and your body paragraphs all on the same page, because that's something that's on the rubric. Okay? So let's go back to signal phrases. Signal phrases are a signal to the reader that you're introducing information that's not yours. So if we look at this first example, according to the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention, that is a signal phrase. What that signal phrase means is that we are about to give information from someone else. Okay, so that's what a signal phrase means. No, don't make a different doc for each paragraph. Okay, some of you seem like you're overwhelmed with this. Remember, you have not read through the lesson first, so it's really important you read through the lesson on this. Nope, Anna, everything should be in the same paper. Okay, and you want to make sure you have signal phrases and precise language. Maya, basically, yes, you're writing your paper. You've already done the introduction. This week you're writing the body paragraphs and the conclusion. Okay, so reminders. And remember, we need to keep on topic, guys. Reminders, 2.08, support your main ideas, which is an assignment. 2.09, wrap it up, an assignment. What the assignment is for that is that you're going to do your conclusion. So your body paragraphs and your conclusion are is what's due this week. Okay? So, and then 2.10, so we have a lot of work in language arts this week. 2.10, kick it up, is when you're doing a revision of one paragraph. So you pick one body paragraph and you revise it for 2.10. Okay? A lot of information this week. Definitely want to spend some time with language arts this week. We have a live lesson DBA. Next week is our DBA week. So it's really, really important that you get this stuff done. And that way you are ready for the DBA on Monday at noon. Okay. So give me a minute, guys, before we get to questions, okay? Google form. If you are done and you're comfortable with this, I want you to go ahead and do the Google form, okay? And that way you get credit. In order to get credit for being here, we were talking about collaboration, you need to make sure you're filling out the Google form, okay? So please go and fill out the